Well, marriage is a beautiful thing. The author of marriage is God. For Sylvia and Simon, their story is an inspirational one. And this evening, we are blessed. We are honored to have them gracing our sets. And they'll be speaking, talking to us about their journey of marriage. This is Maisha ya Ndoa. My good names are Super Waroe. Don't touch that dial. Kaa hapo papo hadi tamati, na utakuwa ukipata kuelewa jinsi gani walipata kukaa pamoja hata wakati walipatana na changamoto. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Mnapendeza sana. You look awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes. All right. Talk to us. Introduce yourselves to the audience and tell us how long you've been together.
Wow.
Man, lady, who goes first?
Come on.
Okay.
Any can start.
Yes.
But because I'm the one who started,
yes,
let me start. My name is Simon Mwaneki. I am a pastor. And we have been married for 10 years.
10 years.
And we thank God with my wife here, Sylvia. And we thank God so much. He has been Ebenezer. And we have gone through ups and downs. But we bless the name of the Lord, all for the glory of God.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, karibu sana Sylvia.
Asante.
Yes,
asante.
Tueleze mueleze yule anayekutazama Sylvia ni nani?
Wow, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Mimi naitwa Sylvia Simon. Ama Pastor Sylvia. Nimeokoka na mpenda Yesu kwa sababu ya kuniokoa. I am a preacher, I am a musician, I am a mother, I am a wife to Pastor Simon, and I thank God for this time. And we met 13 years ago, by the way, Super. So we've been married for 10 years, but we courted for 3 years. Yes, before we got married. So I met him 13 years ago, and I thank God.
So when you met him, did you know this is the one?
The first time I met him, I never thought that he would become my husband, because he was not looking the way he's looking now. Yes. So I couldn't tell, I could hardly tell that he will become my future husband. And then there were some qualities then that I could see, na ninashindwa kama, will he make to be a good husband? Will he be romantic? Will he be, you know? But now, so that time I couldn't tell that he can become my husband.
All right. Yes. So, who approached who first?
Of course, it is me, the man.
All right. Yes. Sylvia looks very aggressive, but anyway, I believe you.
Super.
No, okay. She looks aggressive, but you know, sometimes it is not how you appear in public so much. You might not appear aggressive in public, but when you are alone, you are very much aggressive.
True. Yes. All right. 10 years ago you met. What were your expectations for life?
Very good question. We were in the same college. We were in the Christian Union. He was a very good brother. I was a very good sister. We could just meet and sing songs. By the way, he was in my choir. He used to sing in my choir. But
you were the choir mistress?
Yes, I was the choir mistress. So I used to teach him how to sing bass. But there were no other strings attached. There was nothing beyond preaching together in the Christian Union. But I could see that he's a very good, committed brother.
Let me say, she was my choir mistress, but I was the C chairman.
Nilikuwa na mamlaka kidogo.
Yeah, nilikuwa na mamlaka. So 3 years down the line, we courted, then we got married in 2008. And we thank God so far. She was a good lady, very committed, God-loving, God-fearing, and I loved the qualities in her. You see, when you are schooling together, you see so many ladies, you see? But it is not that I had no interest in ladies. It's only that I feared God. You see? I feared God, and I was principled. I knew what I wanted, and I knew when the time comes, I will get the right person. You know, you can rush and you get the wrong person. So you commit yourself to prayer, and at the same time you look where God is leading you. And that's what happened. After college, we met in the same town, me doing business, she was working, she was a lecturer in a college, I was doing a business, so we met, and the rest is history up to this point.
Wow, awesome.
Let me tell you, Super, wakati nilikuwa naingia katika maisha ya ndoa, first of all, nilikuwa nafikiria ya kwamba mwenye nitapatana na yeye ako na gari kubwa, anaendesha gari kubwa, because it was my dream. Whenever I could see men driving, I was like, wow, what if I get one? Just tell me, no, lady, just come in here, and then he drives on. So I thought I'll meet a man who is driving. Number two, a man, a good house somewhere. You know, in soap operas, we normally watch a lot of things, and you know, the man comes, has a big house and a big car, Porsche car, and then the lady comes, then the man is like, wow, can you just come with me, darling? And then I'm like, wow, this is where I'll be the rest of my life. So those were my expectations. Just the way we watch soap operas, you know, because hivi vipindi viko na maneno yake na lakini
that's your expectations.
It was
Maisha
just
ya
opposite of maisha ya juu, maisha ambayo vijana wa siku hizi wanaita posh life, you know. But when I met him, just like how I started, alikuwa ni mtu ako na shida nyingi sana, lakini wokovu alikuwa nao.
Lakini kazi ipi?
Alikuwa kuna wakati alifanya mpaka kazi ya mjengo.
Wait.
By the way.
And you're in the same college?
Yes, lakini now that was after college now.
Okay, after graduating.
After graduating. You see now there is this job seeking, and the country we are in, before you get a job, you know, kuna kungangana, there is a lot of struggling. So alikuwa at one time akafanya mjengo, at the other time so tukipatana sasa alikuwa anafanya biashara kidogo kidogo hivi, anapata pesa kidogo, mara nyingine anaenda, he goes at a loss. So alikuwa nakako na shida nyingi sana za kifedha. So karibu nijiulize, is this the right man? Because according to my mentality, I'm supposed to get this man that is, you know. And then he was so slim. He's amenona sahi Super.
Behold the work of your hands.
He was so slim. So I was like, oh my goodness. But anyway, I just have to seek God in order for me to know whether this is the right man. Yes.
Wow. That is how life was. Maisha ilikuwa hivyo.
Let me tell you. I was doing business when we met. And you know what? That is the kind of life I also wanted to live with my wife and with my children. I had planned. You know, God blessed me after college. I started a good business with a capital of 300K. I was really determined. I had a vision of living a good life. But 2 years down the line, the business collapsed. I went at a loss. And I started looking for casual jobs here and there. I thought that she would leave me. She wouldn't love me anymore. But one of the qualities, the thing that made me to know that she loves me is because she stuck with me even when I was in problems. So casual jobs here and there, to mjengo, kazi ya mjengo. Sasa tukifanya harusi, by the way nilikuwa nafanya kazi mjengo.
Wakati mnapanga harusi.
Wakati tunapanga harusi nilikuwa nafanya kazi mjengo. Lakini nilikuwa nimepanga ya kwamba by the time tuna get married 3 years down the line, kwa sababu tulikuwa tumesema asome na mimi nifanye kazi, nilikuwa nimepanga ya kwamba nitakuwa nimenunua ploti. Atasema tu ile nyumba anataka kujengewa ni mjenge. Biashara yangu itakuwa in millions in capital. And then nitakuwa hata ni harusi, committee harusi nilikuwa nimesema sitaita watu wanichangie. Committee nitakuwa nimesema nitakuwa na kitu 300K. Niwaambie watu kujeni tupange, lakini pesa ni
pesa si shida.
Siko nataka kustress watu.
Na gari pia hiyo anasema vitu.
Na gari iko.
In fact he could tell me that. Yes, he could tell me even after 2 years down the line, after we get married, we will have our own house. 3 years down the line, we will have a booming business in Kenyatta Avenue in town.
And you preach the gospel.
And I could say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes.
Yes. You believed your prince.
Oh, yes, I did. Little did we know what awaited us.
But every man must have a dream.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Yes.
That you didn't marry her na ukawa na mawazo ya chochote ambacho kitatendeka ni sawa
Yes.
tu. Ama ulikuwa na ndoto ya kuwa mke wako atakao utampeleka kwa nyumba kokote ni sawa. Ulikuwa unataka the best for your wife.
Exactly.
Yes, a man provides. Yaani unasema kile ambacho kilikuwa kinawangojea kilikuwa cha kushangaza. What happened? At this point, are you married?
Yes.
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 So you get married.
Yes, we get married, and the people come with gifts. You know, people on that day, people came with gifts. They brought us gas cookers. They brought us many things. They brought us, you know, many things. You know, and we enjoyed the first year in marriage. You know, like every couple can do. Maisha ya kwanza ya ndoa. We are talking about maisha ya ndoa.
Yes.
Mwaka wa kwanza wa ndoa, we enjoyed. Na nakumbuka hata gasi kisha nampigia simu na hey, uko town uko wapi? Mimi gasi imeisha na siwezi pika na kitu kingine gasi imeisha. You know, then he runs up and down and brings me another. Now, for the first year, we really lived a good life. Now, what happened is because I was employed, and then where I was, wakakataa kurenew contract yangu, so wakanifukuza. Wakati walinifukuza, and then my husband saa hiyo hajapata kazi. And don't forget that we are still ministers, because as we were getting married, we were still ministering. I am a musician. I could sing, you know. I could sing in church. I could lead worship. So we were doing all that. He could preach, okay? But now, here comes now, nimefukuzwa kazini, na yeye hana kazi. So akaniambia, the only option is to start a business in town. The business, the booming business I told you, now it will start now. I told him, yes, sir. Let's go to town. And we started a business. We will not tell you which town, super. So we started a booming business there. Now, it did well for like 6 months.
Yes, around 6 months, 6 months to 1 year.
And we had taken a loan from a certain bank that we will not say for now.
Yes.
So, a certain amount of money. So when this business started falling down, it started going downtrend, hatungeweza kuwa na working capital. Hatungeweza kustock hiyo business. Competition ikaendelea ikikuwa kubwa. Na usisahau tunatoa chakula hapo, tunatoa nguo hapo, tunatoa kila kitu hapo. Fare ya kutoka kwenye tutatoka mpaka town. Nyumba kwenye tunakaa tuna rent. So everything now started crumbling down. We couldn't afford rent. We couldn't afford what? We couldn't, siku moja tukafungiwa nyumba.
Yes, I remember that time. I remember that day. It was terrible. But before we reach there, super, when we were starting, let me start when we were doing the wedding day. You know, God came in a supernatural way, and we got favor from people. They supported us. Let me tell you, I did the kind of wedding, my dream wedding, because God came. It is, you know, we should thank God because of what He has done. God came, we got favor, people supported us, and we did a dream wedding.
So you were able to achieve your dream wedding.
My dream wedding.
But now after that, that's when now you got into this first year of honeymooning.
Yes.
Yeah, first year. And before we did the wedding, I got a job in a prominent company. And she was also working. So the life was so good. The life was so good. No, there were no problems. Unless the small ones, because life is challenging. You cannot lack small problems, but the life was good. We were lacking nothing. I'm telling you.
So that's when you got now into this business.
Yeah. So when the contract of my business, of my job, was over, then we started hustling again. Then her contract also was terminated. In fact, almost at the same time.
Yes.
So we were not able to pay rent. Problems were.
How did that affect you as a man?
I'm telling you, it is very disappointing, very discouraging. When neighbors see your house being closed, when they see your water being disconnected, electricity being disconnected.
Yes.
You know, you feel very much ashamed. You feel so much discouraged. But I encouraged myself in the Lord.
Amen.
I encouraged myself in the Lord, and I continued encouraging her and telling her, we are going to make it, no matter what, because God is on our side. He's going to make a way.
Did your love change for him during the trying moments, wakati hakuna pesa za kutosha? Unajua ulikuwa na expectation kubwa ya kuingia kwa ndoa, mambo yatakuwa hivi na hivi.
That's a tricky question. Kwa sababu mimi sitadanganya, wakati kama huo hata upendo ulio ndani yako unatingizwa. Sijui kama ni hapo scripture huwa inasema misingi ikitingizwa wenye haki watafanya nini? I saw that scripture being practical to me super. Because that is the time I asked myself, Sylvia, had you decided to marry this man, irrespective of the problems? I remember one day I sat on the bed and I was like, I have to call myself for a meeting and think about whether this was the right man for me because of the problems. And don't forget, there was a lot of embarrassment. At one time, I told you that we took a loan from a certain bank. Auctioneers came. We are not reservicing our loan for like 3, 4, 5 months. They came. They broke the gate. Tuko kwa ploti, wamevunja gate na ni ya wenyewe. Wameingia. Na ni ploti hii ya nyumba zimepangana hivi. Wanaingia. You've never seen such an embarrassing moment, super. That time I had to sit down and ask myself, oh my goodness, Sylvia, but let me tell you, there is what, and it is very important for especially the young couples and people that want to get married. Foundation is very important because God had spoken to me and I knew very well that this was the right man for me. So irrespective of the challenges, I knew that someday we will overcome. That is what helped me. Otherwise, ningechukua nini yangu, kajuala, niweke nguo, na nipotee.
Haya. Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa katika maisha ya Sylvia na Simon ambao wameoana sasa kwa takriban miaka 10. Anatuambia kama mambo yangeendelea hivyo angeondoka kama angekuwa amemsikia Mwenyezi Mungu. All right, we'll be right back after the break. Don't touch that dial. When we come back, they'll be speaking to us about one of the biggest challenges they've had to overcome after the break.
Maisha ya ndoa.